Oh hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. Feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any other videos that I've posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. After adopting and implementing the fast cooking system, Sarah has made home cooking as part of her regular and daily routine. She was able to put together a dish like this, usually in about 15 minutes after she walked into her kitchen. This represents an important and significant change to her eating habit as well as her cooking and food preparations approach. Sarah loved and enjoyed eating chicken. She enjoyed chicken even more with this new approach. She basically eat chicken almost every day, but in different type of presentations. Her chicken never turned out to be boring or monotonous to her. And the most important and significant change in her approach in cooking and prepping chicken is to use a method called advanced prepping. The ideas and the concept of advanced prepping is simple and straightforward. Basically, you prep the chicken in advance by cutting them into the sizes as well as portion them in the amount that you want to eat for each particular evening. This method turned out to be extremely useful and beneficial because prepping usually time-consuming and quite often boring. A stir fry is a very fast and efficient cooking technique, but prepping often takes more time than stir frying. Therefore, instead of prepping immediately before each stir frying session, it is far more efficient to prep in advance, to prep in bulk that will be sufficient for cooking multiple meals. Most people find it prepping to be uninteresting and monotonous for good reason. Stir frying is far more interesting and engaging. Sarah told me that most of the time she is ready and prepared to stir fry a dish, but once she starts to consider the possibility as well as the necessity for prepping before stir frying, she starts to become hesitated and doubt whether she really wants to cook or not. The basic idea and intention of advanced prepping is to separate and disengage prepping from cooking. After adopting and implementing advanced prepping, Sarah looked at prepping from an entirely new and different angle. Sarah started to think about advanced prepping as a way to look at the different options and possibilities that she can do with the chicken, the type of dishes that she can cook. Interestingly and unexpectedly, Sarah found that advanced prepping take on an entirely new meaning. It becomes more intentional, purposeful, and directional. Most importantly, advanced prepping is efficient, time-saving, and labor-saving. Instead of prepping the chicken each time immediately before Sarah cooks, she's able now to combine all of the prepping together in one single session. Another immediate benefit as well as distinctive advantage of this approach is to provide a portion control, both from the nutritional standpoint, dietary control, as well as personal preference. I store them in about 8-ounce portion, which is just the right amount, that I can use them in a stir-fry dish, mainly as a condiment rather than as the main ingredients. I find that by storing them in a flat and thin version, this will allow them to be thawed out in a bowl of lukewarm water easily and effectively in less than 10 minutes. Sarah told me that she will routinely and regularly prep about 6 to 7 pounds of chicken. That will give her 12 to 13 portions of chicken for her dishes. She cooks chicken about 2 to 3 times a week. So about 45 minutes she spent on prepping this chicken, she will have enough chicken for the next 6 weeks. The benefit of this approach is clear and distinctive. Every time when Sarah wants to have chicken, she doesn't have to think or prepare in advance. All she needs to do is to thaw out some chicken and she will be ready to use this chicken for her stir-fry dishes. One of her favorite approaches in cooking chicken is a method frequently referred to as shallow frying. This method is extremely simple. after she thawed out the chicken, she simply coat the chicken with a generous amount of cornstarch, and usually about 1 tablespoon for 8 ounces of chicken. This is a simple and basic template for stir-frying chicken. This method is frequently known and referred to as shallow frying. The idea is simple and straightforward. The chicken will be fried on one side first to create a crispy and brown texture. And the end result is that it gives the chicken the breaded flavor. Even though the amount of oil as well as the breading that are used is minimum, nevertheless, it will create the type of flavor that make the chicken resemble that it has been grilled. There are many different ways to stir-fry chicken, and each of them has their unique flavor and characteristics. A lot of time it depends on individual and personal preferences what might seem to work best. Also, when it's being cooked with different type of food ingredients, the variations and also the distinct characteristics of how the chicken is being cooked will also contribute the complexity as well as the flavor of the dish. The ability of stir-frying to use different type of approach and technique in cooking a particular food ingredients is almost infinite, and this is a testimony of how stir-frying can bring flexibility as well as adaptability, both in terms of the nature of the food ingredients as well as the personal preference for the flavor profile of the dish. To me and Sarah, the beauty and advantage of stir-frying is its immense flexibility, its ability to adapt to different type of cooking situations. And in this particular case, the cooking situation is to create the type of flavor that are characteristics of what one is looking for to make it similar to what it appears to be grilled. And the coating of cornstarch as well as the basic seasoning mix help to create the type of surface texture of the chicken in a unique way. Now, if you coat it with slightly different type of ingredients, you will create a different type of flavor as well as texture. And this is what important in the case of flavor chasing. And the goal is that to create variations by making small adjustment to the cooking technique. And the end result is that you can create a large repertoire of different type of dishes by making very simple and basic modifications. It's not possible for me to stress and emphasize more the significance and importance of advanced prepping. As you can see here, through advanced prepping, you can have chicken almost any time you want to cook. And because of this, it allows you to explore and to create new combinations, both in terms of food ingredients, at the same time, help you to develop new cooking techniques. All of this are based on a simple but important modifications to both the cooking techniques as well as the ingredients that you will be used and employ in cooking these dishes. Probably the biggest advantage of stir-frying is that the basic technique of the stir-frying is very similar. In many ways, you can consider it to be a template on its own. The benefit of this is that you can prepare all the ingredients in more or less the same way. You can cut them to about the same size. But each time when you stir fry, there are always some surprises. In this case, as you notice that some of the cornstarch got stuck and burned to the surface of the wok. Again, through using different type of strategy and different approach, in this case, I'm going to put a small amount of water right over the surface of the burned material. At the heat of the wok, cause the water to steam immediately. This is extremely useful. Basically, you can steam as well as dissolve the burnt material on the surface of the wok. With the specific design of the wok spatula, you can use it as a scraper to remove this burnt material and return them back to the flavor of the dish. I'm going to season the dish with oyster sauce. There are many different strategies you can season the dish. Again, this is the benefit of template-based cooking. By using a basic template, you can make modifications and adjustments to how you want the dish going to turn out. And the consequences is that it gives you a great deal of leeway as well as flexibility in controlling the flavor, the texture, as well as the aroma of this dish. Adding the scallion is a good way to enhance the aroma that associate with this dish. So Sarah now cooks chicken about 2 to 3 times a week, and she used the chicken in a dish mainly as a condiment that to enhance the flavor of the dish rather than to use it as a main ingredient. This provides much greater interest as well as complexity to the dish. She can use chicken to combine with many different types of vegetables and as well as other food ingredients. Consequently, this leads to a much more interesting type of dishes that she would not have been able to create otherwise. This dish literally took her only about 5 minutes to cook, and this is one of the benefits of stir frying. When she combines and incorporates advanced prepping into the cooking system, she's now able to cook almost anything, anytime she wants. And the benefit of this is that it will make her home cooking more interesting and delightful. This is the reason why she will want to continue to cook. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine using the fast cooking system. If you'd like to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.